from Nashville, Tennessee. It's the Three. And here's your host, Laura Harris-Smith.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Harris-Smith, and welcome to the Three. Welcome to a special edition of the Three. You can tell I'm being joined by someone. Can you tell who this is? Do you remember who this is? This is my daughter, Jenesis Thorson. I almost said Jenesis Smith. She's an old married lady now. Newlyweds, and listen, she is, I jokingly say, but it's probably true, she is the director of everything at Neuromatic Oil. And you know, so I'm having her join me today. If you can't tell, I'm out of my doctor's coat and I am in running gear. We're both in running gear, and that's because we are trying to motivate you today to get up and get moving. You know, we're on this Make America Healthy Again theme, Jenesis, and I just really want to help encourage people that they can get up and do something. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
That was not a great welcome. But this is not the first time that Jenesis and I have been together on air. She's going to shoot me for doing this, but I want you to watch this little clip of the first time she did a show, not with me, but for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The technology's 20 years old. The video footage is 20 years old. So make of it what you will, but watch this. It's adorable.
Hi everybody, this is today's Daily Pin Code, and I am not Laura Harris-Smith. I am Jenesis, and I'm number 6, and we are going to be learning about the fruits of the Spirit, which is from Galatians 5:22. Just to recap, Galatians 5:22 and 23 says, just to recap, Galatians 5:22 says, just to recap, Galatians 5:22 and 23 says, just to recap, Galatians 5:22 and 23 says, the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Well, I hope you learned something today, and thank you for letting me take my mom's place.
Okay, so that was little Jenesis filling in for me. I had laryngitis, and she did a great job filling in. But no, we've done many things together since then. She is my right-hand gal at Neuromatic Oil, really for everything that I do. And we went to a whole new level in our relationship this last year. It was so amazing. We ran a race together. We've run 2 races together. Yeah. And you all know me. I'm not a runner. I'm not an athlete. I am a writer. I lead the most sedentary life possible without any type of, I don't know. I don't have any athletic ability. You know, in the last 10 years, I did 4 degrees and wrote 5 books, I think it was. And I've just been still. And so this time last year, I don't think any of us would have even dreamed of this. No. And then something amazing happened in December. Mm-hmm. And we all as a family went down to Panama City Beach, where your brother, my son, Jason, who's going to be joining us next week, he not only ran a marathon and not only finished a marathon, he placed first in the marathon. So we all go down there thinking, oh, this is great, we're here for Jason, and we all come back infected with like, I think I can do this. So is that when it happened for you?
It was at some point during his marathon, I was talking to his wife, Brittany, my sister-in-law, and just feeling the emotions of watching people run. And I was like, man, like, maybe I'll do a 10K. I had always kind of joked that I would do a 5K with no training. And then I was like, well, I I should just do the 10K. I should just bite the bullet and do a longer distance. And I told her that, and then she went to Jason and was like, hey, so Jenesis is gonna run now. And I was like, oh, now I'm locked in, I guess.
Oh, well, yes. And the way, I don't think I ever told you this, but the way it happened for me, once I decided to do it, which happened all in here and maybe a few conversations with Dad. I didn't tell anybody about it. And then I saw that Jason was running a special as a running coach. He has a website. You can hire him. Do not train alone. Trust me. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to hire him. So I didn't even talk to him about it. I got up the next morning and Venmo'd him at the address. And I get this text from him, Mom, you want to be a runner?
Yeah.
Because you guys don't understand. Like, I don't go anywhere. So the reason we're doing this episode is that if I can do it, I am about to turn 60. So for me, this was more of a, I better be able to do this. And mine was only a 5K. But that's how it started for me. And I almost trained alone. I'm so glad that I did not, because I don't think I would have gotten as much done. I think I would have had more injuries. I also don't think I would have pushed myself like I needed to be pushed. Now, Jason's very gentle with me. We'll get there in a minute. But I don't think I would have. I remember the first time he told me, I want you to get 10 miles in this week. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. And so I walk into church. I'm so excited. I'm thinking the whole way there, I can't wait. I'm going to go up and say, I did 10 miles and we're going to do, high five, high 10, whatever. And he just goes, okay, give me 12 next week. I was like, no, I need a gold star first, please. You don't understand.
That's like half of a long run for him. So.
Yes.
in one day.
Exactly. And now my 90-year-old mother has decided that she needs to get moving. She's been working on getting healthy, and I'm talking about just like with supplements, and I've got her on all kinds of like she's so healthy, she's doing so great, lives independently. But she saw me doing all this racing, and all of a sudden she starts talking about getting her legs in shape, and I'm thinking, wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Yeah. So I ordered for her this little elliptical foot machine, and she's able to sit, and that gets the circulation moving. I said, Mama, you're going to be in the next race with me. I just know it. Now, Grandpa has bought one.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
Now, one of their siblings, an aunt, has bought one. In their 80s, 90s, my dad's 93.
Yeah.
It's infectious. So I just got to thinking that since we're trying to make you healthy again, or keep you healthy, we really want to influence you, that you can start small, whether it's a small little 5K like mine, or hers with a 10K and then a half marathon, or just my parents who are sitting watching TV and pedaling, and they're just getting the circulation flowing and getting the life back in their legs. You can do it. And we are here today to show you how and to baby step, no pun intended, you through that process. So come right back after the break. More on this special Making America Healthy Fitness episode today. Be right back.
Some people don't yet realize that essential oils were put by God into our leaves, trees, flowers, and grasses on the third day of creation, all to promote health, provide prevention, and yes, even cures. Other people get that, but maybe they've never had any real success with one particular essential oil, which is why I create oil blends, giving you a better chance for a positive result with numerous health benefits. But there's one thing we all agree upon, and that is that essential oils smell good. They fill up a room with any mood that you need, anytime that you need it. We call it aromatherapy. But maybe you don't know the science behind why aromatherapy works. You see, we inhale through our nasal passages, and the nasal passages have direct access to the limbic brain, which is the emotional center of the brain. This means that scent is immediately tied to mood, but that's good news because you can change your mood by merely changing the aroma in your room. It's like therapy in a bottle, and that's why we call it aromatherapy. At Neuromatics Oil, we take the business of aromatherapy very seriously. We offer you a wide variety of options. Candles, diffuser sets, nasal inhalers, even diffuser jewelry so that you can wear your essential oils all day long. Quiet Brain for natural relief from insomnia, anxiety, headache, and more. Happy Brain to lift mood and even help with appetite suppression and depression. And Sharp Brain to help with focus and cognitive memory issues. Naturally, the oil blends themselves, applied topically on the skin, are going to provide faster and more potent relief. But if you're looking for a way to enjoy our oil blends without using them on the skin, aromatherapy is for you. And Neuromatics Oil has you covered. Go to neuromatics.oil.com today or use your phone and scan the QR code on your screen with your camera app. Or call 1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET Brain.
1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET Brain.
Did you know that there are more than 600 Bible references to aromatic plants and essential oils? Did you know that once upon a time they were our only medicines? They're still medicine today. You see, God made plants and their essential oils to support your health. They're drug-free remedies that can be used from the comfort of your own home with little to no side effects. And although only 5% of natural products get patented, my oil blends, Quiet Brain, Happy Brain, and Sharp Brain, did, because third-party lab tests proved that they crossed the blood-brain barrier with potent relief for everything from migraines to memory loss, insomnia, anxiety, seizures, weight problems, even depression. So go to neuromaticsoil.com today to see my patented oil blends, and there are dozens of therapeutic products, healing lotions, bubble baths, nasal inhalers, even shampoo and conditioners, all created by our family for the health of yours. Go to neuromaticsoil.com or use your phone and camera app to scan the QR code on your screen, or call 1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET Brain. Hi there, I'm Dr. Laura. Welcome back from the break. You're watching theTHREE, and I'm here with my daughter Jenesis today, and we are talking all about helping you get fit. Have you ever seen me in running gear before? Never. People, my friends, Facebook, all about, they're like, wait, what's happening to you? And it's just such, I feel wonderful. I can't explain it. I've never done anything like this. We used to take our walks around the neighborhood before school. We'd walk 2 miles before we'd homeschool. But this is different. So I want you to just tell everybody, for you, what was training like? It was even different than my training.
Yeah.
What was training like for you? What did it look like?
So it originally started as a 10K training, I guess, we call them builds.
Yeah.
And so it was a 10-week process. And it kind of started out, again, going back to December, with Jason's race. He found out I wanted to start running, and so he put together this build for me. And it started with a 2-mile time trial, which is basically just you run as fast as you can for 2 miles, and then that kind of gauges your fitness. And then we would have weekly coaching calls where we would check in, and he would have me complete the runs that he had set for me for that week. So I was running 5 days a week.
Dump it, dump it, dump it. Come on, Bean, dump it. Go, 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 go.
2 rest days and 5 running days. And each day was a different type of run. There was, a speed workout, an easy run, a recovery run, a long run, a tempo run. Those were the varieties that I would do. And after each week, we would check in, see how I was feeling, watch, my heart rate. I was tracking my heart rate during my runs. And then around my 10K race, that was in March, I somehow decided that I wanted to do a half marathon. And so Jason ended up just extending my build another month, and just kind of continuing off the progress that I had made. And
That's really, I was thinking last night how deceptive it is to say, I did a 10K, I can do a half marathon, which is 13 miles, because a 10K is half as long as...
It's 6.2.
Yeah, and so technically that's more than half.
Well,
You double it, yeah.
Well, Jason, I think he knew what was in me, because he actually had kind of
Big brother.
set before. Yeah, being my brother, he took some liberties to push me a little bit more, which I'm glad that he did.
Yeah.
But he had me running a longer distance than the 10K distance during my training, so it kind of got my brain shifting a little bit. So I think my longest run during that build was 9 miles. So at that point, it was like, well, I'm only 4 miles off from a half marathon, so I might as well do a half marathon.
I think I'm stuck at 5Ks. I don't know. But the first race we ran, now we just ran one 10 days ago, but the first race that we ran together was on March 15th. Yes, because it was the St. Patty's Day race. It was the weekend before St. Patrick's Day. And so that was the first one, and we'd never seen each other run. And listen, she's committed. She'd come into work, and I'd see her out on the street, like running in the cul-de-sac, like where our offices are, just to get her miles in. I trained differently, and I want to urge you, if you have to train like I do, it's okay. Listen to how I train. It probably doesn't even count. It really doesn't, but I trained indoors. And I trained on a treadmill that is probably 15 years old.
Come on, Mom.
Finally, Jason said to me, Mom, can you at least open a window so you know what it feels like to breathe air in, like outside air? And there were a few challenges with that first race because I wasn't used to hills, and there were a couple of hills. So Jason had me running 1.5 miles every day. And believe it or not, because I'd been so sedentary, even that, like my hips, I wasn't warming up. I wasn't doing anything until I brought him on board. And then, it started getting better. But I told him one day, I said, a 5K is only 3.1 miles. I believe at my age, I need a day of recovery. Can I just, instead of running 1.5 miles a day on my little treadmill, can I just do 3 miles every other day? He said, yeah, if that's what works for you. So I started running 4 or 5Ks a week.
There you go.
And the next week it'd be 3 because you're doing every other day, taking a day off. And it worked for me. And suddenly I'm like training for how many weeks was it? 6 or 7 weeks. I'm running 3 or 4 or 5Ks a week. And I'm thinking, I can do this. My head's in the game. And I felt so good on race day. What was it like for you coming into it she skipped over the 1 mile and the 5K and she went straight to 10K. I'm going to show a little bit of that footage when you came across the finish line. Like I was concerned. What were you thinking? You came across, you were like dry heaving.
Well, as you can hear from the videos of Jason encouraging me to keep going, he was telling me to dump it, which basically means empty the tank. And that's what I did. And it's a sign that you're pushing yourself, you're pushing your body to do something that it's not done before.
And then this was the medal that we got. Yeah, we did. And it was just such a wonderful memory with you. All right, when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about the second race, and both of us upped our game a little bit. And we're going to give you some ideas how you can get started. Be right back after the break.
So you're on our website trying to select your favorite products, or maybe put a gift package together for a friend. Well, we've done the work for you. Our Pause package encourages rest and contains 1 Quiet Brain healing lotion, therapeutic bubble bath, and a Quiet Brain 50-hour burn candle. Our Uplift package gives you a real mood boost with a Happy Brain candle, healing lotion, and bubble bath. The Self-Care package contains the Quiet Brain healing lotion, bubble bath, and healing shampoo and conditioner. Our Awaken package is made with our Sharp Brain blend and includes 1 nasal inhaler, 1 dropper bottle of oil, 1 bottle of healing lotion, and a Sharp Brain candle. The Sweet Dreams package is popular because it contains 1 dropper bottle of Quiet Brain oil, 1 satin sleep eye mask, and a copy of my best-selling book, Seeing the Voice of God, What God is Telling You Through Dreams and Visions. And don't forget our Quiet Brain gift box, our best value, with a sampling of almost all Quiet Brain products. 1 Whisper Quiet Nightlight Diffuser, 1 dropper bottle of oil, a nasal inhaler, candle, shampoo and conditioner set, and even a satin sleep eye mask. But my personal favorite is our trio oil sets that allow you to sample all 3 of our patented Neuromatic oil blends while only paying for 2. They're available in dropper bottles, rollerball bottles, and our eyedropper pump bottle. Scan the QR code on your screen, go to neuromaticsoil.com, or call 1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET-BRAIN.
1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET-BRAIN.
Hey guys, welcome back from the break. I'm Dr. Laura, and this is Jenesis, my lovely daughter. She's my 6th child. I don't think I said that before. But, I marvel at how I thought when she was born, and I was 35, and I thought, I'm going to be so old by the time she graduates school or college or gets married, and here we are running races together. So God is so good. Let's hold up the medal from this last race. This was 10 days ago. It was what was it called?
The rock and roll.
St.
Jude.
Jude's rock and roll race. So she
Marathon,
did the half.
marathon.
Yeah, she did the half marathon. I'm still over here at the baby race, the 5K. But I have made up my mind that I'm doing 2 more races before the end of the year. And the one that I'm going to do, you probably won't be interested in, but you won't, but because it's only a 5K. But it is called 50. Let's see, what is it? 5K at the 50, nice. And it's a Titans race where you finish at the 50-yard line of Titans Stadium. And there are football players and cheerleaders there and everything from the Titans, and then you get a free ticket to a Titans game.
What?
So you might be interested in that. I'm going to get some other people from our church. We had all kinds of people from our church that joined us on this last race. Abby, who she also works for us, and Abby Blumhart, she's a nurse. She helps us with everything from social media to, oh my goodness, what doesn't she? She does all of our inventory and keeps us straight there. I saw her overcome incredible odds. She got very sick with something in her lungs like the week before. She underwent vitamin infusions. And finally, it came down to, y'all just pray. And I actually sent her a list of about 10 scriptures. I read them out loud that had to do with lungs. And I said, now listen, just lay down and lay the phone on your lungs. I typically wouldn't say lay a phone on your body, but just let it permeate your lungs. And doggone it, if she didn't finish, she did such a good job. So that benefited St. Jude's, but I'm going to, I think, do the 5K at the 50. And that's in August. It will be hot.
Drink lots of water. And
then I'm going to do a 10K in October. There's one in October in Nashville. It'll be a little cooler. But I want to invite you to, come to Nashville. Haven't you ever wanted to go to Nashville? Come to Nashville. Do that with us. I'm going to be doing some interviews, and I'd love to have you on the show, or you could send me a video. Or if you just want to run a 5K near you, find one, let me know, reach out to me at laura@thethree.tv, and I would love to support you. You also need to train with somebody. My son, Jason, as I said, he is a first place marathon winner, but he's also the associate pastor of the church we lead in Nashville, Eastgate Creative Christian Fellowship. And you need him. So go to his website. It's really easy, jasonsmith.com, Jason, jasonsmith.com. And I think that would be a really great place for you to start. I want to play some of this footage. This was at 7:19, right as I am like on mile 2 of my race. And then heading into 7:20, you were at your start line. So what were you thinking right here?
I was thinking, what am I about to get myself into? We were in one of the corrals that was kind of in the middle of the tens of thousands of people that were there. So we had a good chunk of people go ahead of us. So seeing everybody else start their races kind of got my adrenaline going.
Okay, and that's Jason with you. And you asked him to jump in with you. Why did you do that?
Well, just being the coach that he was, I was like, it'd be fun, not just as my coach, but as my only other sibling that runs.
Meanwhile, there's me back trying to finish get across my finish line. And there are my grandsons. And both races, Jadwin, who is Jason's firstborn, has been the first one. You see him, hear him here. He's just calling out to me. He's been the first one to meet me at the finish line. I cannot even explain what it feels like to be met at the finish line of a race by your grandchildren. It's amazing.
So sweet.
So, it was a wonderful event. But when I got through, I was keenly aware that you guys were still out there pushing it. What mile was hardest for you?
Mile 12 was the hardest for me. The first half was a little bit interesting, kind of getting the groove of things. And then miles 7 through 10 and 11, I felt incredible.
Okay.
And then mile 12 hit, and I was holding on for dear life. So that's the point that I grabbed onto Jason, and he just literally held my hand all the way to the finish line.
Did he have to hold your hand and kind of pull you a little bit?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Do you hit a wall? I've heard about the wall in between mile 18 and 22 for marathoners, which is like 26 is a marathon, 26.2. But so what was, you're saying for you it was 12?
It was 12. I think it was because I felt so good those miles prior that I kind of pushed my pace a little bit, and I was going a lot faster than we had kind of allotted for, which was awesome. But then I was just extra tired when that mile 12 hit, and there's a huge uphill right at that last mile. And so when I hit that hill, I was like,
wow.
I don't know if I can make it up.
Oh,
but I did.
goodness.
I'm still here, so it's all right.
You are still here. And then we finished our race and knew you were on the other side of town. We ran in different directions, so we had to jump on a scooter and like go to the other side of town. It was such an amazing day, and so many people from our church that we love, and in our family, just about the whole family. We had people there from 6 months old to 60, and already talking about the next race. Do you think you'll ever run a full marathon?
I do. I do actually.
What? Wait. I have a quote. I heard you right after the race saying, you were up on the wall. We were all standing there and you were like, I don't know if I want to do a full marathon.
Well, I think you have to consider that you have to work your way up to that. Obviously, 26.2 miles looks very scary when the farthest you've ever run is 13.1. But that's why you train. That's why you hire a trainer.
That's right.
And you have someone help you. So I think that, 6 months ago, 13 miles seemed impossible. So 26 is just the next step.
6 months ago, we were all with Jason cheering the only runner on in the whole family. So it's definitely something. Well, we want you to get up and get moving, Jenesis, and I really try to encourage you to do that. Yes. And next week, come right back because we are going to be talking to Coach Jason.
Yes.
You want to get Pastor Jason on your team. It will save you time and injuries. I can't believe I almost trained alone. It's not like, oh, I can walk, I have 2 legs, I can run. No,
it's a game changer.
You need to get a little bit of advice to save yourself injury and to just help you build your stamina.
And the accountability, too, of having somebody look out for you while you're running.
This is true.
Huge help.
This is very true. So if I can do it at 60, you can do it. And I want to hear from you when you do, okay? Yes. Well, Jenesis, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited. I didn't ever put my hat on. Hang on. This is the hat I wore in this last race. And you can see it's because we are making America healthy again. So come back next week. I'll have my son here, and we're going to help get you up and going because God wants you to be your best you. I always say body, mind, and spirit, but that's not to de-emphasize the body. We want to get you to be the healthiest version of yourself so you can live long and live strong. We will see you next week on The Three. Bye-bye for now.